Hey guys. Alright, that's it. Fairly easy. It's, assembly on this thing. It's really straightforward. Almost don't even need to look at the instructions on it, but it's always a good idea. Just a few things that I noticed on this thing. One issue I might have. Everything went together super easy. I tested all the electronics. I use a servo tester and a power source. And I test everything before I put it together. And everything else was fine, but I'm noticing that I've got a noise in this motor. And so I went ahead and I bound this thing up and I ran it. So, but it's got a weird sound to it, and I need motion RC probably to hear this. See if I get it a little bit closer. You can pick it up on here. But it's got it sounds like a chuck magnet or a loose magnet or something. And sometimes there it is. It sounds like something loose in there. Now I took the prop and everything off of there, and I took the nose off, and thought maybe I'd just find a loose wire or something rubbing up against the bell housing of that of the brushless outrunner in here. But I didn't find anything that was in contact with it. But I actually pulled the motor out from the airplane and give it a couple of spins, and it makes that noise. It's like something loose in there, like maybe a magnet not attached real well, or not attached at all. Anyway, you can hear it, but I know my Mobius probably not picking it up that well. And every once in a while it kind of chirps and wants to run backwards for a second and then goes forward. So. I don't know. I'll give the guys a call over Motion and see what they think. Otherwise, the thing's really cool. It's got awesome headlights. It's got working lights on all the way around. I'm pretty happy with it. The stabilization works. Everything's in the right orientation there. So there's no real hookups. I didn't have to straighten any of the servos or center anything really, to tell you the truth. I checked the centering with this, but everything just, boom, right together. The only issue is is that motor, and this light is up here. It's just kind of loose. These aren't in very, very strong. And it might be a good idea, guys, to put a little, maybe dab a foam tack at the base of here, and it'll hold those in. The bottom one's the same way, except that one's not as loose. Well, actually it is. Okay, but no big deal. That's an easy repair. Another deal that I did here is with this little clip in the middle between the springs for the gear. One of the screws one of them was stripped. It wouldn't really hold too well, so I kind of ran it in as best I could to put a little dab of glue in there, and then I took a nylon tie and a little small nylon tie for like wires or something like that. Gave it a little tug. It's cinched there, and that won't ever come off there. I don't think that should be just fine. The other kind of awkward to have to turn the plane upside down, when you're doing the battery and stuff like that, unless you've got somebody holding it for you. But other than that, I think it's a pretty cool plane. Very light. I can see how this thing's going to take off right off the ground. So, but this I'd like to find out about, or maybe I'll run it no. It's still it's got a little issue to it, but it's an easy in and out on that thing too to replace it, so shouldn't be a big deal. The pontoons and everything, real straightforward shot here, guys. I didn't put it together because I'm flying off the grass here, but all that holds those together is a few different clips and 4 screws holds it all together, and it pops right onto the bottom, and there's a little fishing line, like nylon things that hook right up to the back of the rudders, which for the steering, dual rudders on this. and there's already the mounts for it in the back there. So it, put it, you know, probably back together just like a snap, and probably change out the gear, because you don't have to do that little tie in the middle again. You know, once you do it, it's fine, because you can just take them off, and they'll flop around, but those things will hold together. All right. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you get one of these, you know, I hope you don't get one with a motor that clunks. But yeah, maybe it needs to just break in. I'll run it a little bit. Seems to be quieting down just a tad. Nope, there it is. Loud as hell. All right. See you around, guys. See you at the field.